guys, it's Cole, and today it is January 26th. It's about 2 o'clock, and this week, or with this update, I wanted to talk about a couple of my plans and the direction that I'm heading in. So, I have been experiencing some issues downstairs, like on the inside, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And my doctor keeps telling me it's pretty normal to feel like cramping and stuff like that, but it just keeps getting worse. And she knows that I plan on getting a hysterectomy. Um, so one night it was particularly bad, and I like messaged her and I was like, hey, this is what's going on, and I just don't want to wait for it to get worse because it's already getting worse. So she scheduled me to see a specialist that she refers her trans male patients to. And I've never really had too much of an issue explaining to people that, I'm trans, like in the medical field, that I'm trans, and these are my pronouns, and this is my name. Usually they're very accommodating, and they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll put a note in, and that's it. And then I don't get misgendered, obviously, because when they see me, and stuff like that. This is a little different, though, and I'm really nervous, because I don't know why, but for me, like getting top surgery and showing my pre-op chest to my surgeon and stuff like that, I wasn't really triggered by that. I think it's just because Dr. Mangibot's very sensitive, and I had heard good things about his work and people's experience with him, and I'd heard him talk at Gender Odyssey. So by the time I got my top surgery done and I was getting looked at, like, I felt very confident in what he does and how he treats his patients. This is a little different, though, because going into a hysterectomy, you're very exposed and it's very intimate, and you want to feel comfortable and confident and safe. And my doctor was the one who referred me to Mangibot, so I figured that the referral that she'd give me for Virginia Mason would be the same experience, fine, and they'd understand and stuff like that. So I called them because I needed to get an ultrasound done to see what was going on, just to make sure, that everything was okay, that I didn't have any cysts or whatever. And I called, and the first thing I did was explain that I'm trans, and I got a referral from Dr. Mangibot. And the guy on the phone was cool, and I stressed, like, I was like, hey, you need to put a note in, because I didn't change my stuff with insurance because they at the time didn't support trans people and like our how we choose to transition. So I had to keep my information how it used to be, so that if there was an issue, I could get it assessed without them denying me for being a male. And he, so I was like, just put in a note that this is my name, these are my pronouns. And he's like, oh yeah, we're really trans sensitive, so that shouldn't be an issue. A few days later, I get a phone call, because my appointment was supposed to be for today, and I scheduled it last week. I get a phone call from this really old sounding male, assuming it was the doctor, and he left me a voicemail that basically, like, he used my birth name, and he was using female pronouns when referring to me, and it really freaked me out. I couldn't even listen to the whole voicemail. I just hung up, called them back, and then canceled the appointment. Even though my doctor really wants me to get this done, and I agree that I do need to get it done. And I'm just like having a little, kind of like a freak out, because I know I need to get it done, and these are the people that she refers her patients to, but I don't know, like, it's so different, because like I know doctors tend to use medical terms when referring to our bodies, which is triggering in itself. And to have somebody who's not my doctor look at me and do this procedure that's very triggering and upsetting, only to hear in a voicemail that the person that I told to put in notes didn't even do it, or they didn't even take the time to look at my profile or anything, it just like really screwed with my head. And now I'm freaking out because it's like I need to get this thing done, but I don't know how to go about it. And I'm just really stressed out, because that's like the first thing that I need to do in order to get on this hysterectomy boat. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with right now, and I've talked to a few people about it, and they basically told me to either find someone new to do it, or to call back and say, hey, this isn't okay, which I plan on just doing that. I also feel I feel more comfortable with female doctors than I do with male doctors, and I could go on and on about why that is, but I'm not going to. All I know is that, like, I've only really ever had female doctors, and I just feel safer with them. And it might just be because my doctor now is female and she's helped me through this entire transition. So I have a lot of, I don't know, it just makes me feel safer. So to have this cisgender male who sounded about like 60 do this procedure on me, it's just like, no, I'm not, I can't. And then after him like misgendering me and using my birth name, it just really upset me. So that's what I'm dealing with now. And then also my 4 month, November, December, yeah, my 4 month post-op appointment. It was supposed to be three months, but they pushed it out a month for some reason. So I'm going in on my 4th month post-op just to get looked at and stuff like that. But I just emailed one of the people there about my nipples, because while in looking at my chest face on, I feel like my chest looks really good. But if I turn to the side, and I've showed you guys this before, it blips out, and I know that all nipples are different, and I'm not, like, I mean, I understand that, but when I put on a shirt, there's so much scar tissue buildup that you can see it, and it looks so big, and because of my tattoo, they didn't get to position the nipples as far out as they probably would have, so they point out like that, and so it almost looks like I haven't even had top surgery when I wear a shirt, which is also triggering. So I emailed her about seeing if I could get like a revision done, at least to like maybe cut off some of the scar tissue or something. I don't know, but that's basically what's going on. Next month will be 4 months post-op, and then like a year and a month on testosterone. And believe it or not, I still get misgendered by people that know me. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's like, I think it hurts more than it did in the beginning, which is also upsetting, and I kind of had this realization because it happened yesterday, that it's probably always going to happen, and that's probably just something that I'm going to have to get used to, because people that know you from before, even if they're supportive, it doesn't matter how long you've been the way that you are now, I just feel like they're always going to hang on to that part of you for some reason. So instead of like letting it eat away at me, I've just kind of like accepted it. But other than that, as far as my transition goes, it's kind of like what I'm going through right now. And the longer I'm on hormones, the longer I kind of I'm thinking about bottom surgery, which is interesting because in the beginning I didn't care, and I love my growth. I am very happy with what I have, but the longer I'm on testosterone, the more I fantasize about it, and having that other part of my body is just horrible, and I've started to atrophy down there, so having sex with it hurts. So I don't know, I'm just getting to that point where it's like hysterectomy first, and then I'm really thinking about starting to think about the next step for me, which would be metoidioplasty, I think, which is really exciting because a few months ago I didn't want it, and now like I'm thinking, yeah, I think this is what I want to do. Of course, it's far off, but it's still something that I have to think about, and I know it's like I don't know, it kind of scares me because it's a really big surgery, but makes me happy because I don't know, it just makes me happy. So yeah, other little changes. Now that I'm a year, I don't know. The only thing that's really changing is that my hair is like here, but you can see it's coming up here. I've been shaving my mustache off, but it's already like coming back, and then I'm starting to get it up here now. Um, my acne is calming down a lot, definitely. Uh, I don't think I'm having any more voice drops at the moment. I feel like that's starting to level out. My throat still hurts after I take my shot. Like it feels like it's trying to drop, so it might. But I think this is kind of where my voice is going to rest, and I'm happy about that. I haven't really noticed anything with my hairline, but maybe I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to update and for myself and for you guys and see how far I've come and little things that are changing and things that are staying the same in my next steps. So, yeah, thanks for watching.